Hey, we back with another episode, man. My boy Josh, first time guest on the show, man. Josh, how you living, bro? How you living?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Dang, man. I appreciate you, man, having me on the show, bro. It's been way too long, man. We
Way too
cut
long, bro.
way too long, man. It sucks that we cut ties for a little bit, man. But at the end of the day, man, as long as we both doing good, is all that matters to me.
My guy Josh, man. Me and Josh went to Central Carolina together. We were studying the same program. Josh, certified hooper, man. Lee
Come
County's
on,
finest. Yes, sir. There we go. Yes, sir.
come on, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It was, boy. You talk about hooping, man. I'm just blessed, man. I'm still be able to like play ball, man. I still been hooping like every like Sunday and Tuesday, man. Still staying active and all that, man. At the end of the day, everything's still there, man. All it is just packing on a little more muscle and weight. So you got to get used to throwing. You got to get used to throwing your weight around now. So you
Yes,
know how that
sir.
go.
Bang it with him. Got that grown man strength now, bro. Grown man strength. Yes, sir. But hey, man.
Definitely good.
I mean, we was kind of talk. We was trying to text him about it earlier, but
Hmm.
even though free agency hasn't officially started, we already start the day off with Ja Morant getting traded to the Blazers, bro. So now the Blazers got Dame Lillard, Ja Morant, Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp. Like, what's up with all
Drew
these guards for
Holiday.
Portland, bro? Drew Holiday. How you feeling about Portland, man?
All right. So we being honest, I've been a long time Portland fan. Well, let me rephrase that. I've been a CJ McCollum fan. I've been loving CJ McCollum since Lehigh University. So I've been following him since then. Ever since they knocked Duke out, you know, knocked Duke out in NCAA, man. Ever since I seen that, I just love, I just love CJ's game, man. And then when I found out that he got drafted to the NBA and signed with Portland, I followed him. I followed him like right after that. So as wherever CJ went, that's where my heart was. So then I've been a Portland fan for a long time. Seeing him get, seeing him now beside Damian Lillard, one of the, in my opinion, at that time, they was one of the best backcourt duos, man. Because at the end of the day, man, if Dame is having an off night, CJ get his. If CJ is having an off night, Dame get his. They was able to bounce off of each other, man, and feed off each other. That's what it was really all about for me. But seeing CJ get traded to New Orleans now open up a different whole gap for me in Portland now because now I see Anthony Simons now, one of the best guards I was playing for Portland, man. Like seeing him shadow Damian Lillard, and seeing him now take his talent to Boston, the way that he was able to excel from that, man, is just crazy. But now, since Dame, we all know that Dame is back with Portland now. He left the Bucks. He left the Bucks back to Portland. We all know that he sat out the entire last year because with a torn Achilles. So that was very unfortunate of him, man. But it's good to see him back home in Portland now with I feel like Portland team now is going to be one of the fastest teams in the league. The reason why I say that is because you got a bunch of young guards like Scoot Henderson. You got Scoot Henderson. You got Shaden Sharp, and now you pick up John Morant. John Morant is still young. They about to be so fast compared with Drew Holiday's defense and Damian Lillard. Dame is 35, but we all know how Dame can get whenever he gets on that time. I really feel like that they're gonna be one of the, like I said, they're gonna be a slept on team. If they able if Denny Avia and Donovan Clingan, they able to hold their weight with that three right there, man. Portland's gonna be a tough team to beat in the West.
Yeah, because you got to think last year, really the reason they lost to the Spurs is because they couldn't score. And obviously, like, the
At
Spurs got a
all.
great defense, but it's like the Spurs defense can still get scored on. You know what I'm saying? Like Portland just couldn't score on anybody last year, especially if Denny didn't have it going with like 25, 28 points, man. Like it was pretty much wraps for the
That dude,
Blazers.
man, he is so cold, man. Just seeing his game, man, and like the way that he plays, it's like they were just missing a few pieces, in my opinion. They was missing Dame, man. But at the end of the day, I'm just so glad that Dame did not rush and try to come back like Jason Tatum did. Not to knock JT. The doctor said that JT, that was the best Achilles and the most fastest Achilles he ever seen heal, and for him to come back. But I just love people like Damian Lillard, Tyrese Halliburton, like they all tore their Achilles, but they taking their time to come back because they don't want to rush it. No point in rushing it, especially when you get up in age. You get up in age, it takes longer for your tendons, your bones, your ligaments, everything to heal, man. So I really feel like this upcoming season that Dame is really going to make an impact.
Would you want to see the Blazers trade for JB? Like if they could do like a Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp, Drew Holiday, two or three picks for Jalen Brown. How would you feel about that, bro?
That's the thing about it, man. It's like y'all, you about to give up. I feel like four key players for that Portland, for that whole entire Portland organization, just for one player who I feel like. Let me be honest when it comes to Jalen Brown. Jaylen Brown is a bucket getter, man. He can play defense and he can get a bucket. But the thing is he able to move to a team by himself and carry that team to the playoffs, to the NBA Finals, and who knows, perhaps even win a ring, man. Jaylen Brown has that type of talent to where he could definitely be a number two. But the question is, can he really be a number one? Now you got to think about it now. If he goes to Portland, we all know who the number one is. Dame Dollar, whenever he comes in, going to be the number one option. Now they picked up a guard as John Morant. John Morant is a ball dominant player, but he can also get triple doubles. He can also look to dish and get rebounds, man. And then Drew Holiday, I feel like Drew Holiday is going to be the real key factor with this lineup, man. I do not feel like they need to trade Shaden, Drew, and all of them because, in my opinion, Drew Holiday is a way better defender than JB. I'm just going to be honest. Drew Holiday can guard literally the 1 through the 4 and 1 through the 4 at a high level. The 5, of course, that's 7 footers and above. But Drew Holiday just has that IQ. He's been in this league long enough to know the ins and outs when it comes to playing, especially with two ball dominant players like Damian Lillard and John Morant. So I feel like Jaylen Brown just needs to stay where he at, man. They need to just because I feel like they in rebuild now too. Because Tatum, he'll really be fully healthy coming up next year. They're gonna need a number 2 behind JT. JT can't do it by himself.
So you feel like Jaylen Brown, who just averaged 29 this past season, if he went to the Blazers, Dame Lillard would still be the first option?
It's Dame's team, bro. At the end of the day, man, Dame is the one that got Dame. Like, let's be honest. Who was the last impactful player for the Portland Trailblazers? I'm gonna ask you that right now. You coming up, of course, like a basketball fan and watching everything, man, watching like all the teams play. Who was the last impactful player for the Blazers?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the top guys around the league, it was Lillard. But what was that? 2023? He was last year or 2024? That had to be 2023, right? Yeah.
2023.
So I mean, looking at like 3 seasons, torn Achilles.
But
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Okay. My question is, say that Jaylen Brown. So say they do trade for Jaylen Brown, and let's just say Jaylen Brown gets injured. Who's going to be able to pick up that piece with Damian Lillard if Jaylen Brown does get injured? Because you already didn't trade Drew Holiday.
That's the real question right there. Exactly.
You traded Shaden Sharp. You traded a bunch of young players, man. This is young man. Everybody knows that sports, man, is a young man's game. They need to surround people.
I guess the hope would be you would hope John Morant would step up. You know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly,
like the Blazers they brought low on John Morant. Like that wasn't really. I'm not dissing Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray, but that's a really good deal for the Blazers if John Morant get back to what he used to be.
That is a very, very, very good deal, man. Just because John Morant is still very young. Now, we all know John Morant's outside, like what he did outside of the court. But at the same time, you got to be able to separate people's game from their outside life. You just have to. If we're able to, for example, separate R. Kelly's music from what he did in the outside life, then we can do the same thing for John Morant. I'm just being honest. You got to separate the talent from the outside world.
I mean, it's possible too where like John Morant began drugged to the mud this summer. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where basically nobody wanted to trade for him before obviously today. But you think there's any part of Ja where it's like, hey, like I'm gonna remind people. You know what I'm saying? Like John Morant was averaging 27 points per game his third year in the league.
Let's not act like that. John Morant did not almost beat the loaded Golden State team during his third year in the league, fourth year in the league, man. Whenever it was Jaren Jackson, Desmond Bane, you still had Steven Adams. You still who was the other players that was on that Grizzlies team? And they had like a bunch of good role players.
Dillon Brooks, Tyus Jones.
Dillon Brooks, Tyus Jones. They had a bunch of good role players, and they almost beat that loaded Golden State team, man. John Morant was literally, whenever John Morant is healthy, he's one of the best guards in the league, hands down.
Yeah, I feel like people quit to switch up on you, man, because you got to think when the Grizzlies on the rise, people literally talked about them, how they talk about the Thunder, man. It's like, oh, man, great team energy, great vibes. They was doing the team interviews together after the post games. You had the star point guard. You had the role guys. And like, it was just literally, after they lost that next year, bro, like people just off of them, man. They were just off of John Morant, off of everybody because of the suspensions, because of injuries. It's crazy how fast they switch up on you, man. Seriously.
If you not contributing to that organization or you doing anything to benefit yourself with that team, man, you best believe that owner, the presidents, the coaches, everybody's not gonna get together and get you up out of there in a heartbeat, It don't matter if you put your whole entire heart and blood, sweat, tears into that organization. If they want to cut you and trade you, they definitely will get rid of you in a heartbeat.
How do you feel about the Giannis trade? Do you buy the hype that that defense
Woo!
that defense could be good enough to make them a championship
Woo!
team, or did the offense gonna be too bad for them to be a real threat in the league?
So let's be honest, man. So before that, it was two options that Giannis was going to go to. Either he was going to go to Miami or he was going to go to Boston. Let's be honest. They would have traded for Jalen Brown, and they would have probably put. Let's be honest. They would have had to give up so much for Giannis. I feel like they would have had to give up Jalen Brown, Peyton Pritchard, and honestly probably even Derek White just to get Giannis. Man, Giannis is a huge, huge, huge asset, man. Y'all have to give up so much for a player like that. Do I feel like he would have worked out with Boston? No, because you're going to have two hard ball dominant players right beside each other. Jason Tatum need to have his ball in the hands 85, 90% of the time. Giannis need to have the ball in his hands 85, 90% of the time. So at the end of the day, if you have two ball dominant players right beside each other, how is that going to work out? Let's be honest. Did Jordan have a ball dominant player beside him? No. Did LeBron have a ball dominant player beside him in his prime? Not until he got Kyrie Irving. Am I being honest? Not until he got Kyrie. Whenever he got Kyrie, D Wade, whenever he played with D Wade and played with Bosh, Wade wasn't a dominant player. Wade was on the downstretch of his years, man, whenever he was playing with LeBron. He was still giving you a good 20, 25, even 30 points a game. But let's be honest, whenever LeBron went to that Miami Heat team, he was the ball dominant player. He was the key player on that team. Now we go back to Boston. Who was the ball dominant player with Boston, really? It was Jason Tatum. Jalen Brown got his whenever Jason Tatum was on the bench. Whenever Jalen Brown was on the bench, Jason Tatum got his. You can't have two ball dominant players beside each other. Look at LeBron and Luka right now for the Lakers. LeBron is in his downstretch years. LeBron is about to be 42 next year, man. This dude don't really care for having the ball in his hands 24/7 and getting a clutch bucket. Because at the same time, it's like you have Luka now. We all know what Luka can do. Luka can give you 35, 40 points a game with 10 rebounds, 10 assists, but he also take like 60, 70 shots a game. Now, here's to my point now. Giannis going to Miami was the smartest move ever. Because who was their ball dominant player in Miami?
My fault. The video went out for like a quick second. What was the last part you said before you said about the ball dominant player in Miami?
Who? So let's be honest. Giannis going to Miami was the best decision, the best move for him. Because I'm gonna ask you
Okay.
this question: Who was Miami's most ball dominant player?
Yeah, this past season was pretty much Tyler Hero, Norman Powell.
Tyler Hero, Norman Powell. Let's be honest. Would y'all rather have Norman Powell and Tyler Hero run that offense, or would you rather have a power forward that could play that could literally put the ball on the floor like a guard and get to the rack and create space, and somebody like Giannis?
Yeah, valid.
You have Giannis, you have Bam, you have Andrew Wiggins. You still have Andrew Wiggins beside him, and you still have great players around. You got Davion Mitchell, who is a ball hawk on defense. You have Davion Mitchell, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, and who am I missing? Who was their last player I'm missing out?
So
What's
that's
their
pretty
trade
much it,
starting five?
because you got to think, because Powell and Hero's gone, so that was the two
Yep.
starters.
Powell and Hero was gone, so now you pretty much just have a strictly defensive starting five, man. I love this move. I love this move by the Heat, man, and I love this move by Giannis. I really feel like Giannis could really turn around that Miami Heat organization because the Miami Heat was in the downfall years, especially after Jimmy Butler didn't want to play for them anymore.
It's gonna be interesting, bro. I mean, on paper, they should have a top three defense, in my opinion. Like, the only defense I can see being better than them definitively is the Spurs and the Thunder if everybody's healthy. But that Heat defense in the Eastern Conference is gonna be the best defense, bro.
The
Cause
Heat defense,
you got
yes, man.
good, you got perimeter defense and you got interior defense.
I feel like you can't sleep on in the West. I feel like you can't sleep. I mean, that is the East. My fault. I'm about to say in the East, who else? New York. Is New York a really good defending team?
I mean, yeah, I mean they might coast a little bit in the regular season now that they won a championship, but I would definitely still say Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Because Detroit was really good last year.
Detroit was very good, man. They just can't.
Yeah.
They just missing that. I feel like they're just missing that one piece. Dave. This is like they have all the key components, man. They just can't finish their breakfast, man. They can't finish their food.
They need a second shot creator bad. They need a second shot creator bad, man. Like
You can't
terribly.
have exactly. You can't have Cade literally doing
All the
everything for that
offense.
team.
Yes.
Tobias Harris, he had a. Let's be honest. Tobias Harris was playing. he had a pretty all right season, man, for the Pistons. Tobias Harris had a pretty good season. Jalen Duran, he had a good regular season until the playoffs, and he was literally just a no factor in that playoffs. Man, this dude was giving you, 2 points, 5 rebounds each game and not doing anything to contribute to the team.
Free under on points, man. Free under on points.
Boy,
Literally a
man,
free under, bro.
man, that's what it was literally every time. And it's like this dude did not show up at all during the regular season. It's like you can't have for you being that good of a player, especially at a young age. He's 20 now, 21 years old. For you to be that young, man, you should not be doing that, man. I don't know if it was the nerves was getting you or you was just like, I don't know, you was just going through the motions or you couldn't handle the turbulence.
Because you got to think, too, like, not disrespecting Wendell Carter Jr., because Wendell Carter Jr. is a good player, but, like, Wendell Carter Jr. really, like, held him in check. And then Jared Allen, like, just shut him down basically completely. So imagine if the Pistons would actually made the finals and played, like, the Spurs or the Thunder, bro. He would have been, like, 2 points a game.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's exactly what I'm saying, yo.
Could have got spooky.
Man, it's like, but I do love, but yeah, I love the potential that Miami has now for sure. That potential is literally out the roof now for them. The sky's the limit for them.
We'll see, man. What was your thoughts on the LaMelo trade?
Now, this is where it gets interesting. I talked to my boy Dev about this actually like the day that it happened. The trade that they did for that, I'm gonna be honest, man. That was one of the best trades I feel like that happened this season. I'm gonna tell you why. You traded LaMelo Ball for Nas Reed. Nas Reed and 2 first-round picks, if I'm not mistaken?
So one unprotected pick in 2033,
That's right.
but then 3 pick swaps.
That's right. And I'm going to tell you why this is real good. You have a player like Nas Reed, 6 Men of the Year 2 seasons ago, man, that can come off the bench and give you 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and he will even give you steals and blocks. Man, that man is a huge contribution whenever he is on that floor because he could put the ball on the floor like a guard. He could shoot the ball, and he could literally get to the rack and do it, and he could create for other players, man. And here's the key thing right here. He stays healthy. He's a healthy player that you need. Availability is the best ability whenever you're playing sports, man. If you're constantly getting injured and you're constantly like you constantly getting injured, you constantly setting your team back because you can't stay healthy, man. Like what kind of organization do what you then? They literally gonna be saying in their minds like, I don't know if I could even consider like having this guy anymore because he can't stay healthy. I don't know what this man looked like for a full 82 games every year because he plays like 20 games and get injured, out for 30 games, come back like around a 60-game stretch, and then by that time we already out of the playoffs and missed it. LaMelo is that player who could go off in spurts, man. I'm not saying LaMelo is not a bad player. LaMelo is a great player. LaMelo is one of the best facilitators in today's game, man. This dude can give you 25. He can give you 25, 10, and 10. He can give you 35, 10, and 10. Or he can mess around and give you 45, 10, and 10. But the thing is, LaMelo Ball can't stay healthy. We always know LaMelo Ball to go through these ankle injuries, man. You will see this man go for a solid 15, 20 games, then get injured, where he's out for the next 15, 20 games. I would rather have somebody who is healthy that could play the full 82 than have somebody who could literally play 20 here, take off 20 here because he can't stay healthy. In my opinion, they traded a two-way for an all-star who was just too inconsistent when it comes to him taking care of his body.
So there's 2 ways to look at it, bro. So you're in the camp of the Hornets sold high on Melo because Melo might not play as many games again as he played last year. And then there's the other side where it's like, imagine if this Hornets squad from last year that finished the year as like one of the best teams in the league, if they would have had a full season together healthy. But I kind of get where you're coming from where you can't really bank on that because LaMelo's only been healthy for 2 seasons out of his career. You know what I'm saying?
2 seasons out of his career. And how many years has he been in the league for now? This is his 5th year, 6th year?
Yeah, he was drafted 2020.
20. So this is his literally 6th. This is about to be his 7th year coming up at this point now, man. It's like, no, You can't add a 2. He's 2 out of 6. That's when percentage-wise, that is very low, man. Like, no, especially when you're supposed to be the number 1 player on that team.
Yeah, tough piece for sure because that's the part where if you're a Hornets fan, it's like, damn, like, because like, I remember even looking at buying Hornets tickets, and I'm like, I don't ever buy my Hornets tickets too far in advance because I didn't know if LaMelo's going to play or not. Like, I don't want to go up there and LaMelo be out, like the day of or get ruled out before you tip off. because like bro he was missing so many games, it was hurting. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly, man. Exactly. So it was just like,
I think it's gonna hurt people though because if LaMelo goes to Minnesota and if he can magically now stay healthy with the Timberwolves, that could be a problem offensively. Like him and Ant Man, because you gotta think people think about Ant Edwards as a dominant player, right? As a ball dominant player. Last year he led the league in catch and shoot three percentage. He was on catch and
mm-hmm,
shoot threes. He shot
mm-hmm,
49% from deep.
mm-hmm.
So like now it's like you put him beside one of the best playmakers in the world, and now it's like he might look even dangerous. Like last year I think he averaged like 27, 28 a game. He could easily average 30 a game if he's not worried about facilitating. So
Anthony Edwards is what Anthony Edwards. This man has proven himself that he is literally. Whenever we get KD, LeBron, and Curry out of the league, man, he's gonna be the next face. Him, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brunson, they're gonna be the next faces of the league, man. Anthony Edwards has proven himself to be in that conversation. Point blank, period.
speaking about LeBron James, man,
Oh,
what's your thoughts on these rumors, bro? Do you want to see him back with the Lakers? Do you want to see him go to the Spurs? Do you want to see him with the Warriors? Is it time for LeBron to retire, bro? Talk to me. What you feeling, Josh? What you feeling?
we all know. So people don't know, man. LeBron was on Barbershop. LeBron stays on Barbershop, man. He's one of the main people on that show. And they literally asked LeBron. They was like, LeBron, before your season is over, who was somebody that you wouldn't mind playing with before your season's over? And you know what he said? Steph Curry. Steph Curry is the last person on his list that he wants to play with, man. And now, as you can see, it's getting time now to where it's potentially a chance now that he could play with that because what they're going to do now, they're going to try to trade Jimmy Butler to get Anthony Davis, and then they're going to try to sign LeBron during the offseason because we know LeBron is an unrestricted free agent now, man. So now this dude, and what better way to end his career off than playing with the greatest shooter of all time, beside one of the best. One, I feel like he's one of the. I want to say, let me be honest, man. If AD, if the last few years, if injuries did not affect him, and Anthony Davis will be go down as one of the top 15, 20 best power forwards of all time, man. Because this dude, whenever he played for New Orleans, was crazy, yo. And it's just like, if this man could bring that type of energy back that he did whenever he played for New Orleans, and whenever him, LeBron, Danny Green, Rajon Rondo all won that championship in a bubble, man. Like the Warriors team is going to be so deadly, man. And then you have the IQ of the king behind that with Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and other key players.
Yeah, it's like if they, I think if that team does get together with Curry, Green, LeBron, AD, I'm not gonna say they're gonna be regular season world beaters because obviously guys will be sitting out games, guys will get hurt. But if they can be healthy in the postseason, there's no way you can't take them as a favorite. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have shooting, they're
Right.
gonna have size, they're gonna have experience, they're gonna have talent.
Exactly. That's exactly what they're going to have, man. It's just like that right there is going to be the key factor to all this, man. The key factor to all that's going to be what it is.
And the Warriors
What
too just resigned. They resigned Porzingis today for 2 years, $40 million. So if they do pull off the AD trade, now it's like we could run like a double big lineup. We could run small, but still have shooting and size on the floor. It's
right?
crazy, man.
How do you feel? So let me ask you this, Dame. How do you feel about the whole entire thing? Do you really feel like that LeBron going to Golden State is going to be one of the best moves for him, or what?
I personally don't think, like, say if he went to Golden State and Golden State lost in the first round, I don't think that hurts his legacy because it's like if you take away everything this dude has done since 2003, if he loses with a bunch of other old players, it's like, all right, man, like, yeah, on paper, it sounds nice, but, man, Steph Curry will be 38. Draymond Green's been in the league for over, at that time, be 13, 14 years. Like, Anthony Davis, when he's, like, locked in mentally, he's a dominant player, but also, you remember that game earlier this year when the Mavs had played I think when they played Golden State, dude has, like, 0 points in the whole game.
Yep. Yep.
So, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't kill a 42-year-old man for not winning the championship, but I do think it would be fun to watch him and Curry be together on the team.
That's going to be something right there to watch, man. Because at the end of the day, Curry still said, man, he said like he still feels young and he still feels good, man. It's like he gets to the point where like he said he's gonna be in the league for probably like the next 5, 6 years, man.
This is crazy.
Because Curry is going to become that Ray Allen. Everybody knew if people know Ray Allen, they knew whenever he was a supersonic, this man was literally a slasher, man. Like this dude would dunk on your head and he would still shoot the three ball. Later on in his career, when he realized that he was losing his athleticism and all that, he literally became the gravity shooter. He was literally like one of the he was literally one he was literally one of the pioneers to really start the three ball, man. Everybody looked up to Ray Allen, man. People like JJ Redick, people like Steph Curry, man. Like everybody was looking up to this dude, man. So now I feel like Curry is really gonna be the next Ray Allen when it comes to that, man. When he gets to his older years, whenever he gets in him, like what, 38, 39, 40, 41, man, he's gonna become literally that strictly shooter. To where the point he don't have to put the ball on the ground anymore. All he need to do is just all you gotta do for me is set screens for me, and I'm coming off those screens and I'm straight buttering that thing.
And it could be easy for him too. Like if Steph Curry's averaging like 20 minutes a night and actually like playing fresh, not playing all these minutes, not having to carry like an offensive load, oh my god, that man could be scary, bro. He could be scary, Josh. If Steph Curry's like a third option on the team, ooh, might be the best third option ever.
Ever, man, ever, and it's not even close, man, at all. Like I love like the moves that I'm seeing right now in the league. Like I ain't gonna lie, I love it so much, like because it's getting to the point where now, bro, it's like you about to see super teams on top of super teams on top of super teams, man, because this league is getting so much more talented, man, than it was back in the
No, you're
'90s and
right.
early 2000s. To the point where, like, bro, you have literally bigs who can put the ball on the ground like a guard and get to the rack, like Victor Wembanyama. You have people like Big, you have people like Bam, you have people like Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid. Like, there was no big men like this back in the early 2000s and '90s that was doing this, man. It's getting harder. It's going to get way harder to go up against just to have one superstar on a team with a bunch of role players, man. Because there's too many good players in this league now, man.
I want to touch on that too, bro, because you got to think the talent level is so crazy right now. Like literally, think about it, bro. Listen to this. Listen to this. There's like what 4 teams that's not actually trying to win next year. So like the Kings should be competitive, but it won't be like an actual decent team. Um, the Bulls, the Nets, like the Nets have guys, the Bulls have guys, but like collectively, they're not gonna be playoff teams. You know what I'm saying? But
No, they're
literally,
not, man.
the top 10, 11 teams of the Western Conference, dogs. The top 10 teams in the Eastern Conference, bro. Like even when you get down to like last year, the Magic was what the A seed, but the Magic honestly could easily be a top 60 if they're just healthy this year, man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, 1,000% agree.
Like the Wizards should be better because they got Trey Young, they got AJ DeBanza. They may not have Anthony Davis, but the Hornets. If you're right about Nas Reed, the Hornets should also be competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no reason the
Yes,
Hornets can't
man.
be a 10th night seed again. At worst,
Speaking of the Hornets, how do you feel about them trading Miles Bridges to the Suns, though?
people was kind of like low on it. I personally don't mind him getting Grayson Allen back. He provides spacing for the Hornets, and then they also got Royce O'Neal, more space and more defense, more veteran leadership, and they got a pick with it too. I don't understand why the Hornets had to give up a first round pick, but I mean they still have other first round picks, so they're good to go with that. But I personally felt like if you have Miles Bridges and Nas Reed, I would have wanted to play them both together. So at least them moving Miles Bridges, it clears the way for Nas Reed to be the starting power forward for the season.
For sure, man. That right there is going to be that right there is going to be dirty, man. Like you got. Let's not
If
forget
they
they
put
still.
Nas at the 5, man, they got mad space in Charlotte. Mad space in
That's
Charlotte.
literally what I spoke to my boy Dev about this, man. I said they are going to play small ball, man. They're going to have Kobe White, Connor Knippel, Brendan Miller. Brendan Miller. They're going to Nas Reed, and who they probably going to have, like, what was his name, like
Yeah, probably
Diabute,
Diabate. Yeah,
Diabate.
Diabate.
They're going to have him, bro. Like, and then when they, for example, say if he comes now, say that like he like goes to the bench and they bring in people like Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen. Nas Reed's gonna go to the 5. They may be small, but they're gonna be so hard to guard because everybody in that starting box can put the ball on the ground.
Or shoot it.
They'll shoot the ball, man. That's
So
why it's gonna be tough.
if you help off a man, it's over for you.
Exactly, man. It's just like the only thing about it, they just got to make their shots. Whenever you're smaller, you may be smaller, but you're going to be faster. And to think about it, whenever you're smaller, that 9 times out of 10, that means that everybody on that court can shoot the ball. So with small teams that has smaller height on that, if y'all hitting y'all three balls, man, it's gonna be very hard for you to beat. If you're missing, man, you can go ahead and kiss that goodbye, man. Because at the end of the day, if y'all not making shots, man, those bigs are just going to eat y'all alive, man.
Before we jump off this video, bro, is there one player that you want to see sign somewhere this summer, or is there one player you want to see get traded? Like, is anybody got your eye out for that's like, hey man, like I'll give you some names, right? Like Trey Murphy to the Spurs, or Jaylen Brown to the Blazers, Jaylen Brown to the Hawks. Like, are any guys you're seeing right now? Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors. Like, is there anybody you're seeing right now? You're like, man, if this guy could go to this place, it's gonna be crazy.
I really, 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 really want to see not even a trade. I want to see him in the starting lineup. I want to see exactly what he's going to do. And that man right there is Dylan Harper, man. Everybody know how good Dylan Harper was in these playoffs, into the finals, man, against the Knicks and all that. He was by far behind Wembanyama the most valuable player on that team. In my opinion, let me rephrase that. He was the most valuable player on that team. When have you ever seen Dylan Harper have a bad game during that finals?
Yeah, he was more consistent than Wemby.
He was more consistent than Wemby, man. So now, I love my guy to death, but I think they need to get Fox about the paint, man. I'm not gonna lie.
That's the thing. That's the thing that's hard, bro. You can't bench 200 million. You can't bench 200 million, man.
And the thing about it though, with Fox though too, man, it's like he was playing still on a rolled ankle where it wasn't fully healthy, man. We've seen what Fox can do whenever he's fully healthy, man. This dude, let's not act like it. This man did not take the Sacramento Kings to a Game 7 against Golden State, man. Whenever it was Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, you had Keegan Murray, you had who else was in that lineup? Harrison Barnes. You had a bunch of good role players, but De'Aaron Fox was the main factor in that, man. De'Aaron Fox is just that man is amazing whenever he's healthy.
But too, if De'Aaron Fox was healthy, bro, he would have made that layup, or he would have just dunked it. The one that OG blocked.
Okay, so let me ask you this thing exactly. Would you? Okay, now Dame, this is where it gets tricky at. Now IQ wise, man, you is a very smart person. You have a very high IQ when it comes to the knowledge of the game of basketball. If you was in that situation, would you have just dribbled that ball out instead of just going for that layup?
So I'm of course like I'm gonna try to get the free throws. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna dribble the clock down. But let me ask you this though, bro. Let me ask you this: if De'Aaron Fox would have made that layup, would we have killed De'Aaron Fox to get that layup, or would we just said, "Damn, De'Aaron Fox with the dagger"? Because like I'm not a Fox defender, but I feel like if De'Aaron Fox make that shot, we do not talk about him taking the shot that early with that much time left on the clock. To answer your question, I personally would have dribbled the clock. I would have dribbled the ball out.
Now I'm gonna ask you that, man. Would you rather have that much time on the clock with a clutch player like Jalen Brunson, or would you rather dribble the ball out and only give a player like Jalen Brunson a little bit of time to try to get a good shot?
Of course, like no me. I'm gonna try to dribble the clock out. Of course. But if Fox makes that layup, then the Knicks have to get a 3-pointer.
If Fox makes that, yeah, exactly what you said. If Fox makes that layup, then in my opinion, then the Spurs would have won that.
Exactly. But I'm with you though. Like the smart basketball play is to dribble the ball out, either have the clock expire or get fouled, and just shoot the free throws.
1,000%, man. That's just how I look at it, man. Honestly, that's how I look at it. Because at the same time, it's just very important, man. You just gotta know. You gotta know where you at. You gotta know what time is on the clock, man. You just have to. It's like now. My question is, rumors around was going on that OG Anunoby actually smacked De'Aaron Fox's arm on that layup instead of blocking it. And to say he got fouled. Now, what do you think your whole thoughts is on that? Do you really feel like Vegas was literally just wanting New York to win these finals, especially whenever they came back down from 29 in the first half? The Spurs was up 29 in Game 3 against them, up 29 points in the first half. They let them come all the way back and win that game. Like, what are we saying?
From a gambling standpoint, I'm gonna disagree, and the reason I say that is because the amount of money that Vegas would lose when people take the plus odds with the Knicks winning every game, that's bad. That's bad business for for Vegas. If that makes sense. Because you got to think when they were down 29, I think it was like plus what, like maybe 6,000.
Hmm.
Hell, they probably got like plus 10,000 on some books. But on the flip side, it felt like the league wanted the Spurs to win because was it I think game 3, the Knicks was in foul trouble in the third quarter, like 10 minutes left in the quarter, and in the fourth quarter, they got in foul trouble with like mad time left, and I'm like, bro, the Wimbayama missed calls, the missed call on Castle when he like ran Brunson over. It started feeling like they wanted the Spurs to extend this series, but
That's what I was looking at too, man. It's just
like you know,
honestly,
ball don't lie, man.
that is facts, man. It's just like, man, they're a very young team, man, and this you can best believe this is not gonna be the last time you see the Spurs in the NBA Finals. I feel like they were going to probably like be back within the next 4 years.
Hey, for the Spurs fan, hopefully you're right, bro, because you remember it. Remember KD, Russ, Harden? They was like, man, this team about to be in the finals every year. They never made it back, bro.
And look
They
what
said
happened,
last
man.
they said last year's 13 team was about to go back to back. What happened? They didn't make it back to back finals, bro.
I
So
think that's what,
it's
and I think,
hard, man. It's
I,
hard.
okay, let me ask you this: do you think New York had an easy road to the finals this year compared to what the Spurs had to play against?
I personally, and we'll end the video with after your take on this. I personally think the Spurs road isn't as hard as everybody made it out to be because you could tell who was watching basketball, who wasn't. When they beat the Timberwolves, bro, and it was just on one leg. They was down Dante. Nas Reed was hurt that series. I was like, you beat an injured Wolves team and took 6 games, and then the Thunder in Game 7, no AJ Mitchell, no J Dub. So that's 2 of their top 3 scorers, bro. And like you barely beat an injured Thunder team in Game 7, and we talking about the Knicks had an easy road. Was the road easy, or did the Knicks make it look easy? Because when the Hawks was up 2-1 on the Knicks, everybody thought C.J. McCollum was the next version of Michael Jordan. And then what happened? The Knicks beat him by 20
Hey,
points, 3
hey,
straight games, bro.
I love that name you just said, man. I love that
Like,
name you
hey,
just said.
like the Knicks, what did the Knicks do? They went down to Atlanta and they was up 50 at halftime, bro, in the elimination game. And then the Sixers, they look like world beaters against the Celtics. And what did the Knicks do to the Sixers, bro? They swept them. And then what did they do when they played the Cavs, bro? Mad people had the Cavs making the finals this year because they was like, hey, Celtics hurt, Pacers hurt. Like, the Cavs should win this year. And what did the Knicks do to the Cavs? They swept them, bro. And I feel like
Exact same thing.
people talking about how the Knicks had an easy road. I'm like, maybe the Knicks is really as good as it was advertised, man. Like, nobody believed in them, and they proved everybody wrong, bro. And meanwhile, the Spurs over here, they're barely beating injured teams. And we talk about we talk about the Knicks had an easy road. I'm like, the Spurs, they would have probably lost if J-Dub played or if A.J. Mitchell played. Like, in Game 7, nobody had offense going for the Thunder besides, like, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So it's hard
Yeah,
when
that's
people be
right.
saying that. I'm like, bro, the Spurs really – yeah, like the Spurs were playing world beaters. I'm like, hey, like they low key was struggling with the Blazers some games. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
the thing
hey,
about it, though, man, it's like you have the reigning MVP, you have the MVP of the league on your team, man. So it's just like at the end of the day, man, it's like when it comes, it don't matter how good you are, man. You cannot carry a team by yourself, man. There was only
it's hard.
people,
It's hard, man.
people will say. People say there's only one man that did that, and that was LeBron James. But let's be honest, man. This man had tremendous help from Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith. He had help from that whole entire team, man. But let's be honest, LeBron did bring them back from 3-1 against Golden State and win. The first player ever in NBA history to do that.
Probably the only player, honestly, man. I don't see that happening again. I remember when Wemby was down 3-1. They was like they could do it. I was like, I think the Knicks got their number, bro.
Yeah, they do got their number, man. This is
Yeah,
like
they had
I
their number
feel
that series.
I feel bad for Wemby, man, because Wemby, I feel bad for him because I can tell how bad he wanted this, man. But let's be honest, man. It's like I think after they beat OKC, just like you said, it took them 7 games to beat an injured OKC. So after that, I feel like that was their NBA finals.
That was their finals, bro. That was their
Their
finals.
NBA finals, knocking out the reigning NBA champions, man. So and then when they went against New York, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought that there was gonna be nobody to be able to handle. I thought it was gonna be nobody to be able to handle the Spurs, man. Nobody on New York. It's just like okay, they got big. They got a bunch of young. They have a bunch of young guards on this team, man. Like who's gonna guard Wemby? Who's gonna guard Dylan Harper? Who's gonna guard De'Aaron Fox? Who's gonna guard Stephon Castle? Man, that's exactly what I was looking at every day, man. And then come to find out, man, believe it or not, Knicks was able to pull that off with ease.
I told before. I know you're new to the page, but I kept saying, bro, I was like, people keep talking about Wemby this, Wemby that. Wemby's condition is pretty bad, and the reason I say that is because how you supposed to be an MVP and he wasn't even averaging 30 minutes per game? And then what happened, bro? When he played in the finals, when he get like 35 minutes, 36 minutes, he was gassed. Like he was disappearing in the fourth quarters because he had no energy left. And I feel like I didn't really get onto this because the video by the end, but it's just like these guys now who doesn't play that many minutes, that shit bites him in the ass when it's like coming clutch time because when you start playing all these minutes, now bro tired. Now he's lumbering down the floor. Imagine a guy like you, right? You in great shape, great endurance. When them other guys get tired, you and we have another gear to go to. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I feel like the Spurs was just like Cass was the only dog. Cass and Harper was the only dogs on that team. But like Wemby, he was gassed, bro. Like he didn't have the extra gear to go to. He was done.
He
was
was
like, I gave
gassed,
everything I had.
man.
He gave everything he had in the first half.
So my question is, why would he want to give everything he has, man? It's just like he needs to. Pretty much, man. It's exactly what you said, man. He gave everything he had.
It's poor conditioning.
Exactly. It's like, so let's be honest, man. It's just like Wemby was gassed almost every game during the OKCs, the New York, man. It's just that, man. You better get some wind in that chest, man. That's all I can say, man. Especially whenever you're playing at the highest level
Literally,
it is
bro. Literally.
at the highest level it is for basketball, man. Against all these pros, man. That stuff is hard, man. It's hard to do that, man. But at the end of the day, you get paid millions of dollars, and you have these trainers and all that. It's these trainers' job, and it's your job to keep.
Yeah, there's no excuse. There's no excuse
exactly
for it.
to get in the best shape as possible.
And I feel like maybe somebody brought it up that maybe if the Thunder didn't give up so easily, in terms of like when the Thunder got down 15-20, the coach was like, all right, we're going to put the bench in. But the Knicks was like, yo, we're just going to keep the guys in, like chip at it. Like, hey, like the game where they was down 29, it's like, can we get it to 20? Can we get it to 15? Okay, now we got a game, bro. Can we get it to 10? Okay, now we got them. And get it to 5. Hey, it's over for them. And that's it. Bro, Josh, they was up every game with 2 minutes left, bro. They was up every game. The Spurs was up every game with 2 minutes left, and they lost 4 of them. Like, how does that happen, man? Because the Wemby and the crew, they got tired. Like, Dylan Harper was the only one that was looking like he was ready to play.
Yes, he was.
So
yes, he was. So
and people killed Thibs last year by running the Knicks to the ground, quote unquote. But hey, it helped them out this year because they're like, hey, Josh Hart, I could play 45 minutes. OG Anunoby, I could play 45 minutes. Bridges is I could play 45 minutes. Jalen Brunson could play the whole game. So
yes, he can, man. Yes, he can, bro. We're gonna see, man. Yo, I want to say one more thing before I get off, man. How do you think Dante's gonna come back after his unfortunate Achilles injury?
I mean, if we even see him this year, he'll probably get back. He'll probably be more into like an off-ball role. You know, last year they started at point guard, but I feel like now that they could have LaMelo, it's more so back to kind of like a catch and shoot or like kind of catch and drive type role.
Exactly,
which I feel like for him it'll be good because he's not gonna come off an Achilles injury and then trying to do like all this on-ball craziness, put like extra strain on his Achilles. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah, man. It's just like, it's gonna be tough, man. It sucks that it happened to him, man, because I don't never want to see nobody.
You won't see anybody get hurt.
You don't see nobody. No matter how bad you hate that team or any of that, man. It's all love at the end of the day, man. It's just how it is for fans, man. But at the same, you never want to see nobody go through that injury, man. The Achilles is the worst and longest injury to go through, man, because you literally have to learn how to walk again. You literally have to strengthen your tendon again, man. It's just a whole lot. It's just a whole process, man. And I feel like it's just that nobody, I feel like, should go through.
But hey, man, hopefully we jump on, man, because you know free agency officially starts in a couple of days. But hopefully you and I get back on here, man. Kind of made this like a consistent thing, bro. This is awesome.
Oh, definitely. This is just love right here, man. And like, I definitely want to get into the NFL, man, because I know you're an NFL man as well, man. If I ain't mistaken,
yeah, you know, football back, bro. Football's back.
You was a Dallas Cowboys fan, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man, that's gonna be a conversation for another. That's gonna be a conversation for another video, man. But I definitely want to do this again, Dame. I appreciate you for having me on this thing, man. For real.
Hey man, appreciate you, bro. I'll make sure after the video, man. It's been real.
Peace, brother. Appreciate y'all.
Take it easy, man.